I feel like I just need to preface this
Please do.
by saying that today's Thursday and we just talked about book 1.
Yes, we did a whole book review. Please check it out.
Yeah. So if you're here for the plot of Hunger Games, check out that video.
Yeah.
Because we're not really talking about the plot. We're talking about the gold, the nuggets that were given to us in this beautiful movie. Mm-hmm. Yajaira,
Cheli,
do you think being in the world of Hunger Games just for a little bit more
with Pandem
and just really dissecting everything we loved about the movies, do you think that can fix your life?
Yes, I do.
Welcome to the Book Fix Podcast, a podcast that fixes lives one book at a time. I'm your host, Cheli.
And I'm your host, Yajaira.
And we're talking about something that I love so dearly in my heart.
Dude, I feel like we've been waiting. We've been waiting to dive back into the Golden Trilogy.
Yes.
Well, the movie specifically.
And y'all don't know how early Yajaira and I prep into the year. We've been talking about this. We mentioned it at one of our meetings.
Yeah, we have meetings.
Oh, yeah.
PowerPoints and everything.
Just us eating dinner separately at our houses while on like a phone call.
Yeah, but we are wearing a tux because this is formal.
Yeah. Whoa. So glad we're both doing it. So we have been talking about watching The Hunger Games and reading The Hunger Games again. Mm-hmm. And I will say we already filmed all of our episodes when we read it.
The books, yes.
And I think you did the same thing. I read all 3, the trilogy first before watching the movies.
Same.
Okay. So I really had like 2 separate experiences with these.
Yeah, me too.
I will start off by saying I heard that, I'm not sure if this is true, but I know the first movie is definitely directed by someone else.
Oh, okay.
And it's very apparent in like the filming style. Mm-hmm. Like it's very gritty. The camera's shaky.
It did feel different than the rest of them.
Yeah. And
the other 2.
It's funny because I don't know if you felt it, but in Catching Fire and Mockingjay, there were definitely more comedic moments.
Yeah.
But this book or this movie for Hunger Games didn't make it feel like that.
No, it felt very serious.
And it was eerie. Mm-hmm. Like the fact that this movie started with just a black screen with text saying like the Hunger Games started because of the riots and now all of these districts, in order to show their loyalty to Panem, have to take part in the Hunger Games. Mm-hmm. And then it just starts and it's like, holy shit, that's crazy that you're just starting this movie like that.
I know. It gave like documentary vibes.
It did. Oh my gosh, is it a real story?
Oh my God, where is this happening? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I felt the same way. I will say I wasn't a huge fan of the shakiness of the camera. Hey, I get vertigo, okay?
Okay.
The world spins enough for me. So there was a lot of scenes, specifically in the beginning, when we're just following Katniss in District 12, where it was just shaky. Like she would run and the camera would run after her. And I would love it if I didn't get vertigo so easily. So I don't.
You should have just moved with it.
That would make it worse.
You're watching with your husband. You're like, wait, hold on a minute.
I'm trying to keep up.
4D.
Yeah, I'm like in the story, babe.
Oh, to bring up also, you
4D.
watched this with your husband who watched it for the first time.
Yes, he had never seen The Hunger Games. It was so fun to hear his input. Because it's always fun for me to hear his input of something that I really liked when I was young. You know? Because, like, that was a different headspace.
That was a different headspace. Mm-hmm. You did not read the books first.
No, I didn't. I think I had read part of the first Hunger Games book, but I don't remember much about it, so I don't think I finished it.
But do you still feel like after watching this first movie, it still hits as much as it did the first time?
Yeah, I love this series. Right? I love these movies so much.
I know that people have a certain feeling towards Jennifer Lawrence.
No, not J-Law. That's my girl.
I know and I understand it, but I do.
Wait,
yes.
Why?
Because of that whole
She's
thing
too quirky?
she did. No, when her and she had a co-star. I feel like it might have been Chris Pratt. but during one of their filmings, they had visited an Indian burial ground.
Oh.
And like as a joke, they desecrated it.
I didn't know about that.
I don't know the whole story. Yeah, it was really bad.
Really?
So I do know that people dislike her.
Well, people found her annoying since the beginning.
I don't want to excuse her actions, but I do want to say that her comeuppance of like being in stardom, because I feel like Hunger Games was her first big thing.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like she was so good.
Yeah.
When she started. And she was such a good Katniss. And just
I love her. Like when I think of Katniss, I think of her.
And the whole publicity following of those 3 movies was amazing. Like I loved following that journey.
Yeah, same. So we mentioned this when we talked about the book. Katniss in the movies was so different. Like she was so stoic, like emotionless. Like I don't know. So when I think about Katniss, I'm gonna think about this version of Katniss.
Because I remember when we had first read the books, when we talked about it on Tuesday, you had mentioned that it was surprising to you how often
She would giggle.
She was giggling. She was emotional. She was constantly kissing Peeta.
Oh, I know. That threw me off. I did not expect that.
No.
Because I think they only kissed once in the film, right?
Which, honestly, I love Josh Hutcherson so much.
Okay.
I love him. I was Team Peeta all the way.
Forever.
I've
never
never had Peeta bread, but I bet I would love it.
You never had Peeta bread?
No, have you?
I don't know. I don't know my breads.
I don't know my breads. What do I need to know?
I've had white bread,
wheat bread, sourdough. That's all there is.
The Holy Trinity. That's all they need. What other breads are there? Bread bowls.
White bread. I know. That's bread, right? That's it. Yeah. White bread, wheat bread, and the Holy Ghost. That's crazy. So apparently Peeta exists. Pumpernickel? Is that a bread? Pumpernickel.
I believe you.
Okay, comment down below your favorite bread.
Bless you.
So Peeta, the baker's son, the baker's boy.
Dude, I love that they changed his title. In the book, it was
the boy with the bread.
The boy with the bread, and she was the girl on fire. In the movie, it's the girl on fire, the baker's son.
Can you imagine being in that like
Circle?
director's meeting and being like, Susie, can I call you Susie? We love your book. Love the hunger, love the games. Are you the boy with bread? Do you
really?
Suzanne, name 4 breads right now. Peeta, toasted Peeta. Peeta that I made into French toast.
Ooh, French toast and yum.
Oh, is that a bread?
Well,
dang.
I love that. I love this discussion of bread.
I know. I just I feel like she had to really let go of something special there. Because the boy with bread, I kind of ate that up. I'll be honest with you. No. I love Peeta.
If I were Peeta, I would be so offended. Like, really? She gets girl on fire? I get boy with bread? Okay.
Queen,
he doesn't even have bread on him.
I know. Oh my God, you unlocked what I said on that Tuesday. I wish that his token into the Hunger Games would have been bread. And they would have been like, oh, Peeta, you can't bring food. And it's like, no, you don't get it. I've had this bread since I was born. This thing is like, it echoes solid as a rock. Okay, they named me after this piece of bread and I'm taking it with me. I wanted that to be his token.
Okay,
but boomerang.
But they didn't bring up tokens in the movie.
No, they didn't.
See, didn't it feel like she snuck it in?
Yes.
Because
they put it on her vest and then covered it.
Yes, exactly. Cinna was like, don't tell no one. And she was like, say less. I won't.
I know.
There's cameras everywhere.
and you know, they're going up in the tube to the arena and you look at everyone and Peeta's just like completely like baguettes coming out of his sleeve. Oh, nothing to see here. I've always looked like this.
Nothing suspicious.
Got really swole during the training.
Okay, let's talk about the differences between the movie and the book.
Okay.
Anything stand out to you?
I would say
aside from Katniss's personality.
In the book, it was really big that Cinna was making them seem like a partnership.
Yes. Oh my God. I'm so glad you brought that up.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I read the book, nobody else ever matched.
No.
It was just Peeta and Katniss. And I wish they would have kept that in the movie.
Yeah, because even when they went into the Hunger Games, they were wearing the same outfit.
Yeah.
But everyone in this goddamn game was wearing the same outfit.
Yeah, in the movie.
Yes.
So I feel like that was a missed opportunity.
And the whole them going on the wagons when they were first introducing all the tributes, and Cinna tells them like, I want you guys to hold hands. I wish that was still there. Because I hated that Peeta was very much, I don't know. One dislike about the movies, which I will forgive you, Queen. It's okay. I already forgave you right now. But
I already forgot what it was.
one of my dislikes was that I felt like the romance just didn't exist. Like Peeta's love for Katniss felt so disingenuous.
Yeah.
But it delivered so well in the books. So to me, well, I mean, lacking dialogue.
Yeah.
But I understood it. I understood where it was coming from, and I understood the fact that he had loved her for a very long time.
Since they were children.
But the whole story about her getting bread from him that he had burned and then
Threw it, was throwing it at the pig, saw her, threw it at her instead.
Yes. It showed it and it talked about it, but it felt so like little.
Quick. It felt very quick. It was like a quick memory. So if you hadn't read the book, I feel like you would just be like, okay, he's throwing bread. Weird.
Oh.
Kind of rude.
Yeah. So I just felt like there were so many missed opportunities to show the development between them two, because I think that's what I like so much about them. The fact that there's so much trust in their love. Yeah. And even if they didn't know it was love back then, at least in Katniss's perspective, she did, by the first book, already know that Peeta was an important person in her life.
Yeah. He definitely loved her.
Mm-hmm. You know what part they took out too?
What?
The fact that she was such a good singer. They mention it in the movie when they're all sitting together and they're like basically hyping the other person up. Mm-hmm. And that's the part where Katniss is like, Peeta can throw like 100 pounds over his shoulder, whatever. Yeah. But he says like, Katniss can do all these things. And I think he brings up, Katniss is also an amazing singer. Mm-hmm. But they don't mention the whole dad thing. Like when her dad would sing, it would stop people in their tracks. Yeah. And that's how he felt about Katniss as well. Like when she sings, it stops people in their tracks.
I think because they didn't want her to sing, you know?
They never said I couldn't sing. And it's like, oh my gosh, Katniss, eat it up.
Yeah. I mean, she sang when Rue passed, but I think that was it, right?
I feel like she sings once every movie. That was in J Law's. Yeah, her contract. Dang.
Which I could have sworn, I don't know if I'm having a false memory here. Comment down below. I could have sworn that Jennifer Lawrence had said that she really did not want to sing.
Yeah, I think I remember that too.
So then, girl, you sang every movie.
You sang every movie. The singing felt disingenuous to me. I'll be super honest.
You're not a huge fan of singing anyway.
No.
You're not a fan of characters singing their little hearts out.
Hold on. You know I'm a fan of the arts. I'm a fan of the arts. But
you're not, though.
I just feel like if I read a book where they're like, I'm going to sing a little ditty, and they give me the lyrics and it's pages and pages long, I don't know the beat. I don't know what tempo it's in. Yeah. What key. Yeah. Because I'll read that and I'm like, guess I got to try singing it.
And you
but
do.
I can never find it. I know, and I sing it to the tune of...
Twinkle, twinkle,
little. Oh, this song's kind of hitting. So, like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel right to me. Mm-hmm. And I think it was obvious that Jennifer Lawrence did not want to sing. Okay. But I could just let her go. I won't. Susie, it's okay. I forgive you. I'll let that one slide.
All of the flaws that we can find in this movie, we're like, it's okay. We don't care.
I remember when this movie came out. Mm-hmm. And I remember eating it up. Eating it up. Yes.
How did you feel about the love triangle portrayed in the book versus portrayed in the film?
The only reason I knew the love triangle existed back then was because it was always on like commercials.
Yeah. And you know what? I'd blame Stephanie Meyer for that.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Twilight's Team Edward, Team Jacob, we would never have this whole useless Team Gale, Team Peeta.
Yeah.
Team Gale should have never been a thing.
No, it shouldn't have. They didn't really push that romance in the first book at all, or the first movie. So I didn't really think of it much.
I think people liked him because he's conventionally attractive.
So is Josh.
He's tall. He has beautiful eyes.
Josh, so small, put him in your pocket.
He's a short king,
Feels
though.
like has bread. Like,
Short king.
that's okay.
You would date a short king? Next question.
No, I don't know. How much bread does he have?
I don't know if people know this.
What?
Cheli, you're really tall.
Why would you say that?
You're
about me?
you want me to lie and be like, she's so small.
She's so small.
Put her in your
stand up, and then I
just-
crouch. I'm the character from Powerpuff Girls.
The one you never see their head.
Yeah, the red dress lady.
The hot lady.
Thank you.
That's you.
And it's funny because a little fact about me.
Okay.
I only wear platform Converse.
Interesting.
That's the only thing I own. I have Crocs, but everything.
Why do you love to be so tall? You just love towering over me?
I've never.
You want me to feel small?
Okay, without saying our heights.
I'm
I
not-
guess it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't. Go ahead.
I'm 6 foot.
No, you're not.
I might as well be. I'm 5'9", but with my platform shoes, I'm 5'11", and I constantly look down at people. When I'm reaching the top
my
shelf, I do
God.
have to crouch down.
Do you see the top of my head?
Yeah, dude, it looks amazing.
Oh my God, you're gonna counting my canas.
I think it's funny because like I constantly forget that I'm taller. So sometimes when I'm disassociating, I like look around and I'm just like, oh shoot, where is everyone?
You're just looking down.
Hello?
That is hilarious.
Echo. What's our height difference?
I am 5'3", 5'4".
So 5 inches. 5 inches is miles apart.
That's not that big.
Hey. We can't make jokes like this on our Hunger Games cast. She's talking about bread. A baguette like that, I could fuck it up. She's talking about bread. It's okay.
You're quick. You're like the baguette, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, back to the movie.
So the love triangle, it felt non-existent to me. I don't know if you know this about me. I loved Peeta from day one. Day one. Yes. I know I just said that. I could say it over and over again. But I just felt like it was so well like constructed.
Yeah.
Like the idea of both of them, not in the movie, but just the idea of both of them. Mm-hmm. And I hate it in real life. I don't want this in real life. But the fact that they like trauma bonded over this experience and have to go home where no one else will ever understand this.
You mean Katniss and Peeta?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Haymitch. Like, just the fact that all three of them can have trauma this bond. Thing, even if it wasn't romantic, they will never be able... No one else in the world will ever understand them except for people who have lived it. You know?
And that's beautiful. It's sad, but
sad.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
I'm so glad that they're a trio, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anything else you want to say about the movie?
The ending?
Yes, the ending. Oh, yeah, they changed the mutt scene. So in the book, there was these mutts that came out and had the eyes of the other tributes that had passed. Why do you think they took that out?
I just think they didn't want to deal with it.
With the CGI.
But I don't know, because I do want to say that apparently when these movies were coming out, it was a very sensitive thing because it was causing places in the world to actually riot against their government or boycott against their government.
Yeah.
And I think they had to be very particular with the type of things that they put into this movie.
So
and
interesting.
The idea of like genetic mutation used for like war or used for like violence. Yeah. I feel like that's something that is a very sensitive subject. So I do think that there were certain things they kept out because of how dark it was. Because that is a very... sometimes I forget how dark The Hunger Games is until we read it again. Because there are scenes like that that kind of stand out.
Yeah, because I think out of everything that happened in the first book, that to me is the most traumatizing because we don't actually have an answer. Like, is it the tributes or is it just like some sort of, you know what I mean? Like, is it fake? Like, what is it?
You know what's something I like before I talk about the ending? I don't remember if they mentioned it in the movie. I'm pretty sure they did. But when they were telling Katniss and Peeta about all the people that have won the Hunger Games, they talked specifically about someone who had won, but then they had started, super trigger warning, you can skip a minute. They had started talking about how this tribute started eating everyone.
Oh, God.
You remember that?
In the movie?
Didn't they? It was like mentioned. They were showing like little clips, right? I might be thinking about the second one. I just want to say that.
Oh, you're thinking of the second one.
Okay. That's a very dark thing. That's another example of it just getting really dark.
Yeah.
Okay. The ending of the first movie, I was not a fan of because I really liked in the book the fact that when they were preparing for the last interviews about the winners, Katniss and Peeta weren't seeing each other. And Katniss was very much like, where's Peeta? Why can't I see Peeta? Where's Peeta? And Haymitch going like, no, you don't get it. The Capitol is mad at you. Snow is mad at you. You need to pretend you're in love with that boy because right now it looks like you're trying to start an uprising. And she was like, oh my gosh, thank you for telling me. Like, I hope you're telling Peeta. And he was like, no, he's already there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to tell him anything.
Yeah.
And so when they go out and they're introducing themselves as like being in love, they did it for love and nothing else. And on the train ride home in the book, Katniss and Peeta going like, so what did that mean? Peeta asking.
Yeah.
And she was like, it means that we're done. And he's like, well, do we just forget everything? And she's like, yeah, we should. And he's like, well, I don't want to. And then at that point, Katniss realizes, oh my gosh, he's actually in love with me.
But he also gets upset with her because he didn't realize that she was just performing, you know? Which, I mean, we can't blame the girl. She's trying to survive here.
Yep.
And so he gets mad at her. And I feel like we needed that in the movie. In the movie, it just kind of ended.
It was like a second long conversation. It was so short. So
Haymitch does tell her, like, you need to pretend like you love that boy.
But that's how the movie ends. And Susie, it's okay. I forgive you. Because for it not meeting my standards, this is still a 5 out of 5 for me. I'm still eating this up from day one. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was so good.
I love this movie. I hope you and your husband just had a really good time.
Oh, it
watching
was.
this.
It was really fun to get his reactions. I thought it was hilarious how he thought both Peeta and Gail were pathetic.
That's how I love my men.
More on that later. But yeah, that was fun. 5 out of 5. I agree.
5 out of 5. I can't wait to talk about Catching Fire next Thursday.
Yes.
I'm so excited. If we're wearing the same clothes. No, we're not.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
We're definitely not.
To anyone who's listening to us in audio form, whether that be Spotify or Apple Podcast, thank you so much. If you can leave a rating of 5 stars and a review recommending us our next read, that would be amazing.
If you're looking for an extra way to support us just a little bit more, we do have a Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/bookfix. But if you're not looking for something that's monthly, we do also have coffee, which is ko-fi.com/thebookfix or buymeacoffee.com/thebookfix.
If you are watching us, thank you so much. If you can like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because we post every Tuesday and Thursday. This is Hunger Games month, so you got to be strapped in.
You gotta be strapped in.
If you want to support us on social media or follow our book clubs, because our book of the month is Songbird by Suzanne Collins, go ahead and follow us through all of our links on our link tree, linktr.ee/thebookfix. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
We didn't say Snow's a bitch. I feel like we need to say it every episode. Snow.
Oh, wow. Wait, snow.
A bitch. I feel like we need to emphasize that because you and I have not read or watched Songbird yet.
And I haven't. I swear to you, every thirst trap I see of that man,
I swipe away.
I don't love that man. Right now, my love meter for Snow is at a -2. It's broken the meter. It's down.
He owes you.
I hate that man. He does owe me. I hate that man.
Wait, stop. I need you to be honest with me. Do you like him bald?
What do you mean?
When he's bald.
Is he bald?
When he's young and bald.
You need to show me a picture.
Never
Show me
mind.
one right now. No, show me one right now. I'm going to give you a raw answer. Because
You've
know...
seen him.
Probably.
Out of all of these thirst traps, one of them, he was bald.
I don't know.
You're like, no, he's never been bald. Snow. Bald. Wait, what's it called? Songbird?
Ballad of Snakes and Songbird.
Why is he bald?
Who knows?
I guess he's not bald. Okay, whatever. Your face! You're making a face at him.
Can I see him again?
Yeah, scroll. Scroll down.
That's
girl.
what he looks like? That's not a president.
Well, this was pre-president.
He looks like a boy band group member.
Justin Timberlake.
Wait!
He's gonna be like, bye, bye, bye.
Man is so... Oh. Okay. Man is... I don't know. -1. That goes up a little bit.
Whoa! You liked it a little bit.
A little bit, but it's...
You're still Team Peeta.
I need... Yeah. All the way. Oh my gosh.